Hello, welcome back to another episode of Revelation from the Word. So today I want to talk to you about John 6:15 through 21. A revelation I had a few years ago, but let's go back to the previous paragraph that Jesus just got done feeding 5,000 people. And they were all following him because of the miracles that he was doing. And in their minds, they're going back to Deuteronomy, the Old Testament, the Torah, saying this has got to be the prophet that Moses talked about, because Moses said that God was going to raise up a prophet and send him to them, and they are to listen to him. Well, Moses and the manna from heaven fed the Israelites. Well, the food multiplied here, where they put the two correlations together, and they're like, this has got to be the one Moses talked about. So they come together wanting to make him king. Well, Jesus was like, oh, heavens no, this is not what I came him for. And he escaped and he went up on the mountain to spend time with the Lord. But in the meantime, the disciples got into the boat to go across over to Capernaum, which wasn't across the Sea of Galilee, it was actually upstream. And I'm sure they were good fishermen, they knew the weather, and they knew storms could come quickly, especially in the Sea of Galilee because it was in between mountains. But they rowed for about 3 to 4 miles, and it says a big storm arose. And in the middle of the storm, they were scared, but Jesus came walking on the water. And this is what I want to point out to you. They were like, it's a ghost, and Jesus said, do not be afraid, it is I. And it says, they willingly received him into the boat. And this is what I want you to catch. Immediately, the boat was at land where they were going. The Lord spoke to me a few years ago, and he said, whatever situation you're facing, a trial, a storm, the moment you invite Jesus into the storm, you have reached your destination. You have no other place to go because Jesus is our destination. There's no other place to go. We can get so caught up in everything else around us, but at the end of the day, it's just Jesus and a relationship with him, knowing who he is, where he is. What we're here for is to know him and to be known by him and love those around us. And the more we know him, the more we get to do that. Today, I want to challenge you. Whatever storm you're facing, take a deep breath, invite him into your situation, and watch that storm cease. Because that's what happens when he comes in, when he truly comes in and takes over. And right now, I just pray extra grace as whatever you may be facing, that God would give you the grace and mercy to invite him in and truly surrender at his feet, and that the storm would cease and stop, and that you would have peace. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.